Dobry dzień, everyone. Megavan and Melanin. Thank you all for coming. I hope the music is okay. If it's too loud, let me know. Welcome to the Why Ukraine live stream, coming to you live from Ukraine. I'm an American. My name's James. I live here in the middle of Ukraine, and I have had really the worst case of COVID over the past 2 weeks. This is the third week. And I honestly, I've had 3 cups of coffee today, and this is the brain fog. Long COVID is real. And the brain fog. I mean, I'm well, I'm not feeling sick anymore, but good God, like the brain fog and the fatigue. Christ's sake. Thank you all for coming, those of you who are here. So it's wonderful to see you all. Shere Khan, Holy Unholy Oblation, It Wasn't Me, Michelle, Last White Rose, Silver Earth, Anna. It's wonderful to see you here, and I really appreciate your support. I feel like so much has happened in the past 2, almost 3 weeks, that like I feel like a year has gone by since I did a live stream or did anything. And thank you for asking. It wasn't me. How I am is I'm holding together, but barely. We have things to talk about today. The title of our discussion is the fall of Volodar, unfortunately. And I think that there's some nuance to it. It's not good news by any means. I would like to believe that there is a silver lining, but it's difficult to say, So Volodymyr Zelensky called the withdrawal of the Ukrainian armed forces from Volodar the right thing to do. And I don't know. I'm interested, and thank you, Salt of the Red Earth. I missed me too, to be honest with you. It's been a wild ride. Just flat on my back in bed. So this is going to be short. Oh, Ken, thank you for coming. This is going to be a short live stream today. There's no way I'm going to make it for an hour. But yeah, so oh, Cheryl, thank you for coming. If you're watching and you're tired of me welcoming everyone, that's understandable, but I think it's important. You can always skip ahead if you are watching this and it's not live. So yeah, Volodar, man. I'm oh, Canti, thank you for coming. I'm curious what you guys think about the situation, but I guess I'll just out with it and tell you what I think. Because there's been a lot of people panicking about it, and then there's a lot of people saying, no, it's no big deal. No, I think it is a very big deal. But also, I think that the strategic significance of Volodar has declined, I think. And to be clear, this is largely supposition. Okay? And Belle, thank you for coming. Greetings to those of you in Arizona. It's good to see the gangs all here. So here's Volodar, And I think everybody should know where that is by now. God, we've been talking about it for the better part of the past year. The Russians have, by some estimates, lost more than 20,000 soldiers attacking this tiny little, village, basically. This tiny little village. Small city, perhaps. But why was it significant? Well, look at where it is geographically, and we've talked about this many times before. It was kind of on this corner, and you could say an axis of the front line. And I mean, I know I talked about this in my previous live stream, that these roads that you see marked out here, and also, are they roads? Are those roads? I think so. Yeah. And rail lines. No, I don't know if it's not on this map, I guess. Maybe there's a selection for that. But there is a rail line coming along here north of Mariupol that has just been built, I understand, to Melitopol and ultimately into Crimea. And a lot of HIMARS and a lot of long-range munitions, what have you. By the way, Unholy Oblation, thank you so much. It's wonderful. And I hope those of you who just got memberships, I hope you take advantage of that. If you have a membership, you will be able to join our Discord. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. No, when I said 20,000, Cheryl said, I heard the population of Volodar 14,000. I didn't know it was that much more, 20,000. No, 20,000 is what I have read as the number of soldiers who died trying to take Volodar. That's one estimate. So, they lost a lot, and a lot of tanks over the past year. But why was Ukraine holding on to this? And the reason is it's the only place where Ukraine could get HIMARS in position to attack some of the long-range targets that they needed to get in here to attack with HIMARS missiles. That's the reason why Volodar was so important and why it was held on to. And so it's very interesting to me that, this was a choice that the armed forces of Ukraine made to, and I think that it's really important to note that I just really see even Pokrovsk, I see as like Ukraine, Starsky, essentially, deliberately making a choice to, attack in Kursk and not defend down here. And, it begs the question, why are they making that choice? Now, I don't want to get into Pokrovsk right now. I want to just focus on Volodar. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl. You can reach Mariupol with HIMARS from Volodar. That's exactly right, and even into Russian territory. Maybe not as far as Taganrog. I can't remember off the top of my head, but certainly Mariupol. So to cover the Russian supply lines, Ozzy Bugga, thank you for coming, by the way. So I believe that the reason the decision was made to stop investing so much resources into defending this corner axis here, is because Ukraine has either gotten or is about to get those long-range munitions from the United States and or rather other Western countries. The Storm Shadows, long-range ATACMS, and also, as we know, so here we have Ukraine's ATACMS destroys rare long-range radar. I don't know how far away this was, but there's like $100 million radar. It doesn't say how far away, what the distance was, or where that actually occurred. Just that it happened. And it's very interesting. So as they say here, they're preparing for the effective use of Storm Shadow missiles. And there's only 10 of those in service. I really think that I mean, it's not good. Obviously, we don't want to lose any territory, but it's very interesting how different. I would argue how different Starsky's overall strategy has been, especially since June, since Ukraine started getting reasonable amounts of weapons and artillery from the United States. Hello, Oksana. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. We also know, and I don't have the article up in front of me, but Ukraine is reporting that the ratio of artillery is 3-1 now, which is fantastic. I mean, it hasn't been that the whole war. You know, a 3-1 artillery ratio given Ukraine's documented increased accuracy over the Russian artillery. If to me, as far as I'm concerned, means a 1-to-1 ratio or better, and that's very promising. You know, that's very promising. So that's the basics of what I'm saying. The reason that they pulled out of Volodar is they don't need it anymore. They have other options, that the Ukrainian armed forces. They don't need to, invest and risk so much to hold on to this tiny city. That's the long and the short of it. Now, I'm guessing, I'm supposing, I'm making suppositions. I'm curious as to what you guys think. If you are watching this not live, please type in the comments what your opinion is about this situation. I'm gonna take a minute before I talk about other news, because I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna keep it together. But I do want to talk about the changes that are on my website for fundraising. As you guys know, and I have seen, you guys have really thrown down, and I've started to. Orders are coming in for the for this equipment here. Hang on a second. Let me. As you guys can see, this one These are the this thing right here. This equipment. Now, here's the thing. This is going to go away. Probably, I've been talking about it. I've been saying if I hadn't been sick, I would have already done it. It's going to go away probably this weekend. So it'll be the last chance to support this one particular secret drone lab. But I want to be clear that the reason that's happening is because I'm working on another project. This is going to be replaced. As some of you know, particularly Secular Sakai is aware of the fact that I am now teaching. This is going to sound crazy. I'm teaching an online drone class, like over Zoom. And so basically, it's starting out. The first class that I'm teaching right now is for for high school students. So the way this is going to work is they will receive a drone. Actually, it's basically going to be this exact drone right here, which is very cheap. I don't know what that is in US dollars, but it's cheap. And the deal behind that is this is not a military drone. This is has a range of like 50 meters. It connects to a phone and it operates just like a regular, like a recon drone, but it's not nearly as advanced. The deal is it's so cheap that if the kids, or the first time you operate, you break it or something like that, it's no big deal. It's like it's a cheap drone. It's not the end of the world. And so, but before they get this drone, because I know that the first time you fly a drone like this, you're especially because you can only fly drones, or you're supposed to only fly drones indoors without special permission. First time you fly a drone indoors, you're going to slam it right into the wall. So before they get this drone, they need to know how to fix the drone when they break it. And so that's the first thing I'm teaching. So the kids all get a soldering kit, and they're going to learn circuit board soldering and also plastic welding, because you can do that with a soldering iron too. And yeah, so I've already started this class. I drank a ton of caffeine and took 2 Theraflu and taught the class this week. And next Monday will be the first day that the kids will have all their own soldering kits, and we're going to practice soldering. And I'm not going to say who, because he's not here, but one of my viewers is actually going to attend the class from the United States. He contacted me and requested it. So it's pretty cool. So it's going to be, a bunch of high school students, and my goal basically is to teach these kids. They'll learn how to fly drones, and by the end of the class, and I'm co-teaching it, by the way, with a Ukrainian science teacher. And my goal here is to teach this science teacher to be able to teach the class without me. But by the end of the class, I want the students to be able to, not just to be able to fly drones, not just be able to fly drones and fix drones, but also have the basic skills necessary to build drones. And then once we're at that point, so I think I may have been talking about this socialdrone.com.ua website. So I was able to get in touch with these guys, and I've been speaking with the 2nd Battalion of the International Legion to find out exactly what drones they are using. And so I've got like a shopping list, and to be honest with you, most of these items that you see here are the same components that are used by the 2nd International Legion for their drones. So once I'm going to have a group of volunteers who are able to build drones, and they have expressed that they want to build drones. Of course, it's a little expensive. These parts are beyond what most Ukrainians can afford. But the idea here is that I will give you guys, people watching and those who come to the website, the ability to buy these parts for my students to be able to use to build drones to then be sent to the International Legion. That's what I'm working on. So this support Ithil Ambar, this part right here is going to go away, but it's going to be replaced by something maybe even better. And by the way, this unit, Ithil Ambar, they are part of the they're part of the Ukrainian armed forces, but they also work directly with the 2nd Battalion of the International Legion. So you're still kind of helping them. Anyway. Now, I want to speak next about this what I have here. I've added this here. It says training supplies for the 4th Battalion. And let me explain what's going on there. This may seem a little bit oh, hey, Paul. Thanks. Fortress Vuladar. It really held arguably held the front line together for a long time. And and that's what I'm kind of arguing, is that it did its job, it did what it needed to do, and now it's no longer needed. And so why sacrifice lives when those lives are needed elsewhere? In any case, you guys know that I've been talking for some time, and I've done some live streams about problems within the International Legion and how, Golby, thank you for coming, by the way. The kids can practice on FPV Freerider at home if they want to keep learning. It's free. I did not know FPV Freerider was free. Okay. Thank you for that information, because I have been telling them to use Liftoff, which is... Oh, hey, Dimitru. Thanks for coming. FPV Freerider. Because I tried to download it and it didn't work for me, and I didn't know it was free. Holy crap. FPV Freerider free downloaded. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm going to check that out. Thank you for that information, Golby, because I have the kids working on a simulator, so that's also part of... sorry, where was I? Part of this training program with the drones is they are using... oh my god, brain fog. Sorry. Liftoff. Liftoff is on Steam. It's like $20, which, I'm sorry, but $20 is a lot for some Ukrainians. So having a free option is really cool. I knew about FPV Free Rider, but like I said, I tried to download it before. Oh, it is on Steam. Why didn't I see it on Steam before? Oh, it's $5.99. Why didn't I see this on Steam before? Like, that's way cheaper. Okay, I'm gonna thank you very much. I'm gonna offer this. Okay, Mr. Squiggle, one is free, the other is paid. Okay, because I tried to download it before and it didn't work on my system, and I thought, oh, this is a piece of crap. But now that I know that, that is very useful information, and I'm sure my kids will really appreciate that because I've already got some of them are already on. I'm gonna make that announcement to my class today so that they know. That's really important. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Cheryl, I missed the whole Georgian Legion kerfuffle. Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah. So, oh, hey Petra. Thank you for coming to my live stream today. And I apologize, guys. I don't think I'm going to make it the hour. I mean, I've been drinking like coffee like a madman all week, and I'm going to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. That's how exhausted I am. But anyway, regardless, there's something really important that I really need to talk about here. Okay, so I've been talking about how the International Legion for the Defense of Ukraine has had problems, and you guys know that I went to training in the International Legion last year and got injured and all that stuff. But we've been supporting them, and we've even had a couple of Legionnaires on the live stream. So Petra, thank you so much, by the way. Wow, you're in Texas, Colby. Cool. Awesome. Who watch this live stream who are in Texas or from Texas. I'm not going to dox them or anything, but there are Texans here. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is that, one particular battalion of the International Legion last year, oh my God, this past summer, before Ukraine started getting shipments from the United States again. So I'm talking about like last June. They basically got wiped out. I'm talking like I can't speak about numbers, but oh yeah, you saw Ingvald posted, so I thought I'd swing by. Very cool. It's me. That's okay, Belle. You can just listen and lurk and hang out. It's cool. So the point I'm trying to get to is that there is a part of the International Legion that is effectively being reconstituted. And I think this is a really good thing. I mean, it comes at the cost of tragic losses of American and Legionnaire lives. But ultimately, it could be a really good thing. And you guys know that some time ago, let's say maybe it was last month, I had a particular Legionnaire on our show, and he is now involved with training and reconstituting this new part of the International Legion, and one particular a company within one particular battalion. And this is a really great thing, I believe, because it's the opportunity to reformulate, to go back to square one, go back to first principles. Stepan, thank you for coming. I'm from Boyovi Mirahi. Oh man, my Ukrainian is not good enough. Maybe Anne can tell us what that means. Wait, maybe I can translate it. No, I can't. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I went to them and I said, okay, you guys are going to institute a new training program. You guys are going to build a whole new company from the ground up. What do you need? What do you need? And keep in mind that the International Legion, if they get anything besides weapons from the actual Ukrainian armed forces, if they get anything besides like just basically AKs or M4s, it's after every other unit in the Ukrainian armed forces has gotten what they needed. Oh, Stepan! Oh, oh, thank you. Wow, very cool, super cool, man. Awesome. Thank you for coming, Stepan. That's great. Yeah, so Stepan, you can most of the people here know about the training that I did with students, and it's great to see you. It's great validation. I just love it. Okay, so what was I saying? And I apologize, Stepan. I've been really, really sick, and so I may be slightly nonsensical. The point is, so I asked them, okay, what do you need? And I will try and raise money to supply you with these things. And their requirements are very simple. Okay, they need a whiteboard, and a stand and dry erase markers. I know it sounds crazy, to need that, but yeah, that's literally legitimately what they need, and one the head of training for the company only has one leg. Okay, so he lost a leg, due to a mine, I think is what they said. And so this folding chair is for him. He's oh my god, I'm sorry I don't remember his name, but he's from Sweden. I will get pictures of him and post it so that you know who you are supporting. So he's a Swedish guy, and he only has one leg. And so basically, when they are training out in the field, in particular out in the field, this is what they need. So this is a portable whiteboard and stand, so that they can go out when they're out in some freaking trench or whatever in the training area. I don't mean like on the front line. They'll have these things, and once we're able to provide them with the whiteboard and stand, and also the same kind of drones that I'm using to train children. I proposed this. I said, for training out in the field and on the firing range and what have you. Yeah, Petra. Yeah, he's a Swedish dude. Yeah, well, I'll post pictures and stuff once I get more information. But I said, one thing that soldiers themselves have talked about needing in their training is how to react to drones, how to act around drones. What do you do? So I said, look, we'll get you a few of these drones, like 3 drones, 5 drones max, maybe something like that. And when you guys are out there doing different exercises, movement exercises and things like that, you can, have that realistic environment, essentially. And so, yeah. So basically, once these are purchased, like the stand, the whiteboard, these freaking whiteboards are expensive, man. Like the stand is not very much money. It's like $20 or something. But the whiteboard, it's like that's like $100 almost, something like that. It's crazy how expensive a freaking magnetic whiteboard is what it is. Once those are purchased, then the next thing that they said that they need are airsoft grenades. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but an airsoft grenade is, well, if you know what airsoft is, it's just basically like airsoft grenade. Yeah. So that when they're doing, exercises, it can be as realistic as possible. And it kind of gives you an idea of how they're reconstituting their training, how they're planning on doing the training. And so the point I'm trying to make here is if you guys ever wanted to really make a difference, like getting in on the ground floor of something is it's a rare opportunity. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so excited about it. So, this will be an ongoing thing, hopefully, for a while now. And yeah, so that's, guys, I have other things to talk about today. But I don't think I can do much more. I think I'm almost at my limit. One thing I would like to say is, if you look here, this is just on the Ukrinform website, it's a government site, okay, but this is a very interesting phenomenon here. They have all these interviews. This is a new thing that I hadn't seen before. All these interviews with Ukrainian, military commanders, and they're all like young guys, which, like this guy here, Vadim Hladkov, second in command, National Guard Terobrona, as they say, of Ukraine. And he's talking about drones and, high-tech stuff. This kind of thing gives me hope, because I have said many times before, oh, you might have a connection for those airsoft grenades. That's fantastic, Goldie. Thank you. So in any case, the need for change and reform and constant improvement in the Ukrainian military is what I'm talking about here, and what I've been talking about needing to happen for months and months and months, and I see hope for that here, and showcasing these young commanders, I think is a great step. I don't know if it belies anything happening in the organizational structure of the Ukrainian armed forces, but oh, hey, Paul. Thank you for coming. It's great to see you. I apologize, I'm fading fast, really, really fast, guys. But as I said before, Ukraine receives over a third of ammunition as part of the Czech initiative, and I think this is where this is it's showing, is what I'm saying, and the fact that Ukraine is reporting a 3-to-1 ratio instead of a 7-to-1 ratio is, I think this is having a big effect, and the fact that a lot of this ammunition was made in, I guess, in Serbia is really hilarious. It's really pretty funny. So, Fragden, thank you for coming. It's great to see you too. And guys, I just have to apologize to you, because like I said, the long COVID thing is really bugging me. I'm going to talk about a couple more things here. Yeah. This, and as you guys know, I talk to Ukrainians every day, and this idea of giving up territory, Ukrainian territory, in exchange for peace, it keeps coming up and it keeps getting shot down. Yeah, Aussie Bugga, shells from India too. Serbia and India. Yeah. The thing is Ukrainians are tired of the war. For sure, of course. Who wouldn't be? And they're grasping at straws in whatever way they can. But when they think about it the second time, they oh, Cheryl, yeah, I'm able to vote, but only in California, unfortunately. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's still a vote. I wasn't able to transfer my vote to Wisconsin or any other place, unfortunately. But yeah, so I think I've been worried that I mean your point, Cheryl, about voting is valid, because the reason Zelensky is going around with this peace plan is because he's afraid that Trump's going to get elected, and he needs to get out ahead of it. And I want to talk about this more on Saturday, because I haven't the presence of mind to discuss it. But I don't want to see land for peace. That's just appeasement, and it just means that Russia is going to attack again in 5 years. And I think the only way that it could possibly happen is if Ukraine immediately joins NATO and the EU, like right away, not in 5 years, 10 years. I mean, like right now, you know, because look at this. Russians announced conscription in the temporarily occupied territories of Kherson Oblast. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine what those people are going through in those occupied territories? Torture, brainwashing, Yes, Anna, exactly. Diplomacy is only necessary when you don't know the outcome of an election, like in the USA. And so, guys, that's what I will leave you with, is just to say, even if you are not an American, do whatever you can to promote Kamala, basically, because if Trump wins, I don't think that Zelensky's peace plan is going to have any traction. I think that America will, if Trump wins, America will abandon Ukraine. And if America abandons Ukraine, then many other countries will too, step by step, piece by piece. And I know Zelensky's scrambling to get that peace plan out, but yeah, that's my feeling. Cheryl says, I think Russian economic collapse is imminent within a year or so, unless Trump bails them out. Yeah. I mean, I think that he'll give Putin whatever he wants, So, and we know, and I want to talk about this on Saturday, but we know that Russia is doing everything it can to interfere with U.S. elections. And I'm just looking at this stuff that comes up on YouTube, the pro-Russian crap that I get on. I don't even go on X anymore, freaking Twitter or any of those places. I mean, Russia's funding a massive, massive influence campaign in the United States. And just look at what they're doing in Moldova. And just recently we had Austria and every other Western country. It's war. But I'll talk about that more. I'll talk about that more on Saturday. So I want to thank all of you for coming, and thank you for your support. And Colin Allred. That's a wow. That's yeah. I know about him. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you all, guys. Slava Ukraine. Do побачення.